in one of my favourite places. This is the ferry from Oban to Mull. Mull is an absolutely beautiful island. It's got 24 hours of daylight at the moment, and it's really rich in the most fantastic wildlife, and I'm hoping to capture some of it on video over the next day or two.
Spring is such a fantastic time of year anyway, but there's nowhere better to watch wildlife and see spring unfurling than in Mull, especially at the moment when it's got its almost 24 hours of daylight. As soon as you step off the boat and as soon as you walk out in the hills, there just seem to be birds everywhere. Even down on Mull's incredible beaches, which just seem to go on forever. They're just amazing white sandy long beaches. And there's birds nesting on the shoreline as well, in amongst the pebbles, down on the grass. And they all seem to be worried at this time of year that you're going to go near their chicks. And they're always panicking about looking at seagulls, trying to do anything to distract stuff away from their young. This one pretending it's injured, hiding in the rocks. These oyster catchers were getting nervous when they could see seagulls flying around them, and in the end they started mobbing them and attacking the seagulls that were going near their nest. And these little birds, amazingly, they even attack the sea eagles, which have got a 7-foot wingspan and could just eat them as a snack, and they're still attacking them. So brave. I was lucky to see these pair of sea eagles right down on the side of the loch, and it was so easy to catch them in the camera. I couldn't believe my luck. It's not till you see them close up in the air that you realise just how huge they are. This pair were hanging around together, and I couldn't believe we saw them so close and flying. And then when they landed nearby, it was just brilliant. Someone told me it's easy to recognise a sea eagle because it looks like a flying door, and I must admit, when you see it close up, it just looks vast. Looks like someone on a hang glider, and when you see other birds flying near it, you realise just how huge it is. This eagle leaving a nest is one of the few birds, if not the only bird that you see really, that leaves this nest without worrying about it. But even its chicks are so huge they realise that I don't think anything's going to go near its nest. And this I couldn't believe I could see. It's so unusual to see a cuckoo anyway, but this one, after quite a long time of looking in the leaves, I managed to get a close up of him. The first time I've ever seen a cuckoo so clearly. It looks very similar to a sparrowhawk when it's sat in the branches like that. And if Mull is one of my favourite places to be in the spring, then the mountain, and this one in particular, has to be one of my favourite places on Mull. It's so huge and there's crags and caves high up in the mountains, and it just looks like somewhere where a wizard or a dragon should live. It's an absolutely awesome piece of scenery, and it's one of my favourite places in the world. And then when we came back, I saw this, a sea eagle meeting a seal on the beach. What were the chances of that? And the sea eagle and the seal don't look like they know what to make of each other. And in the end, I think the seal just looks frustrated that the big bird is in the wrong place. Of course, the shoreline, you're more likely to see the otters and the seals hunting. That's their natural home, and that's what you normally see there if you're lucky. And this one catching a fish was the icing on the cake. This sea eagle came down and did something which I've never heard of. He seemed to be hunting for things on the shoreline. I don't know what he was looking for in the rock pools because they were much too far away for me to see. He seems to be looking like he's tugging something out of the seaweed, but I'm not quite sure what maybe a fish had been stranded or an eel. And if you're very, very lucky, you see a sea eagle actually hunting on the loch. Incredible. Such huge birds. But as soon as you step away from the shoreline, there's just birds everywhere, singing and protecting their young. Nests and eggs everywhere at this time of year. And some have already hatched. Not everything's frenetic energy down on the beach, and some things are just relaxing. And some surprises. This mountain hare, again, just wasn't expecting to see it down on the beach, but it seems to be eating the lichen or the seaweed. But the best way to enjoy the scenery on Mull is just to be a spectator, just to be able to stand and watch it all unfold in front of you.